Welcome, and thank you for spending a few minutes of your time to watch this video on deferred compensation. I'm Jonathan Bailey with SBK Financial. For many companies, we are heading into the time when you must make your deferred compensation elections for the following year. We see these plans utilized a lot, but there are some misunderstandings that we see consistently. Years ago, I had a client come to me from a Fortune 500 company who had been contributing to the deferred compensation plan for a majority of their career, and they were getting close to retirement. They were in the highest tax bracket, so the advice they had received for years was to defer as much as they can. And this client had gotten themselves into a situation where a significant portion of their net worth was in the deferred compensation plan, subject to bankruptcy risk. On top of that, they had elected a lump sum distribution at retirement, so the funds would have been distributed while they were in the highest tax bracket, losing out on some of the benefits of the lower brackets after retirement. The reason I tell that story is there are a few more things beyond just the benefit of tax deferral to think about each year. So for the remaining few minutes, I'll talk about 4 important questions for you to think about during annual enrollment. The first thing to think about is one that often goes overlooked. Is your company financially secure now and for the foreseeable future when you receive distributions? The deferred compensation plan assets are not protected, unlike a 401k. So in the case your company goes bankrupt, you could lose your assets in the plan. Consider looking at your current balance, how much you contribute, and how comfortable you are with the amount of assets in the deferred compensation plan. You may want to contribute less if the assets have grown to a significant amount. So just keep that in mind during the enrollment period. This next part is really important. What is your current marginal tax bracket you are benefiting from? And what will your tax bracket be when the funds are distributed in retirement? You should be targeting deferral at the highest tax bracket and distributions in a much lower tax bracket. This is something we help our executives work through as they approach retirement. A good plan on distributions in lower tax bracket years can have a huge impact on how much benefit you receive from the deferred compensation plan over your lifetime. The third item here, what is my distribution schedule and what are my options for adjusting that schedule? The distribution schedules are difficult to change once you've made your selection. One of the most important rules is that you can't elect earlier than you originally selected. However, you can postpone distributions as long as you follow 2 rules. One, the new distribution schedule is at least 12 months before the planned, you make the election at least 12 months before the planned distribution date. And 2, you must defer at least 5 additional years beyond the original date. So we tend to recommend to our clients to elect for years earlier than you'd like, because you can always push out later if need be, but you can't bring it back to earlier. And finally, what are your investment options? Enrollment time is a great time to do a checkup on the funds in the account and your asset allocation and risk level. Your deferred compensation plan assets are likely going to have a different allocation than other outside assets. So a lot of that depends on your distribution schedule, but consider what your current allocation is and then when those assets are going to be distributed. So as you go into time to make your deferred compensation plan elections, ask yourself these questions so you can make the appropriate choice for what can be a really important part of your retirement strategy. Used correctly, these plans can add a lot to a successful retirement. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me at my emails here as well as my phone number. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.